Oh, and this is Theme Park Squib, and welcome to another show. Last show of July today, and the last show before we go on our big Europe trip. Well, we will be starting the trip on Thursday. Let's get into news. In news, it's mainly going to be about our Europe trip that I am starting on Thursday. We are going to 3 parks. I cannot wait for that trip. But firstly, about Thorpe Park, with all their summer festivities or summer celebrations have already started. But something about Saw Alive, which was the horror maze that was meant to be open, something has happened to the water level of the maze. It is actually on a barge or a boat off the island, if you don't know, and it used to be the Thorpe Bell boat, which used to be the conference centre. That was, in 2010, was turned into the Saw Alive boat, and that's why it does have some sails, or like the poles of a sail, on one side of the boat, so, and that's where you go across the bridge, as well, as it is a boat, and sometimes it can be rocking around a bit, because it is on the actual river. But the water levels rise, and we're not going to have it this summer. Really sad, but Living Nightmare will be, Walking Dead Living Nightmare will be the filling maze, just down the path in Old Town. Sadly, Saw Alive won't be opening, which is really sad. It's a good maze. We'll just have to wait till Fright Nights, as they are working to get it ready for Fright Nights, which is really good. But Living Nightmare's returning, which is good. We are getting a horror maze. Luckily, we are getting one, because if it was another Merlin, I thought they would do Saw Alive's not opening. We're not going to open another maze, but they are opening Living Nightmare, which is good, but it's going to get a bit repetitive, because we did have Living Nightmare Extreme at May half term. They are not different attractions, it's just Living Nightmare Extreme had a lot more actors, and we're going to have it for 6 weeks of summer, and we suppose Living Nightmare will return for Fright Nights, because it's pre-installed. But yes, it probably is returning for Fright Nights, because of the confirmation that AMC's The Walking Dead will have a part of Fright Nights this year. Hopefully that maze does return, because I absolutely hated Sanctum. Hopefully Sanctum does not come back or has a couple of changes. That's the worst scare maze I've ever been in. Not scary at all. Also, Love Island Late has started at Thorpe Park every Thursday, Friday and Saturday in the summer holidays. It has the Love Island area, which is the smaller part of Amity Beach. The big part of Amity Beach is still open for the families, because there's a park on there, the water slide, so that's still open for the families. But the little part of the beach, it opens at 6. The park's open 10 till 10 on Love Island late days, but the area opens at 6 in the afternoon, and it's got beach hutches that you can hire, and some games from the show, and I have no idea what Love Island is. I know it's a TV show, and I think it did finish last night, but I'm not a fan of the show, and I do not watch it. So I will check out the area, because I'd like to check it out, see what's going on, but I'm mainly going to, even when I do go to Love Island Late, for the 10 o'clock close on rides to get rides in the dark. I love that on the Merlin Annual Pass evening, after the preview day got cancelled to the snow we had earlier in the year. Also, Europe, we will be going out there. The trip starts on Thursday. Our first park is on Sunday. We'll be going to 3 parks: Wallaby Belgium, Phantasialand and Wallaby Holland. I can't wait. And Thursday we'll start off by we're staying in Dover for an evening, because we got the ferry on Friday. And yeah, we'll be doing parks in Europe. I cannot wait. Some good coasters. I cannot wait to get on some amazing coasters. Wallaby Belgium, I can't wait to get on Psych Underground, which is the shuttle loop coaster, the Schwarzkopf one. I think about 5 left in the world, all indoors, and it looks a really good ride, like the Thunder Looper that used to be at Alton Towers, and I cannot wait to get on that coaster. I also can't wait to get on Pulsar, which is the new concept from Mac a couple of years ago, and that opened in 2016. The only one in the world is the Mac Power Splash. It's a launch coaster, but it's got some really nice technology on that. And the new coaster for this year at Wallaby Belgium, Tiki Waka, the Gerstlauer bobsleigh. So it's a family ride, but it's a new credit at the end of the day. Phantasialand, no, my most anticipated park of the whole trip. It's got Taron, which I cannot wait to go on. I've heard it's a really good roller coaster, and I'm really looking forward to that ride. Also, other rides at the park, Black Mamba and the Drooling Spinning Coasters, but Taron is probably going to be the crown jewel of Phantasialand. Next, our final park will be Wallaby Holland. My most anticipated coaster there is 2 actually. There's Goliath, the big Intamin mega coaster. I can't wait for that ride, it looks a really good ride. And Lost Gravity, which is the concept from Mack, the only one in the world still, opened back in 2016, and it's a Mack Big Dipper, the only one in the world. It's where 2 seats are on the cart and the other 2 are winged, and it's in 2 rows. It looks a really good concept. It looks a really good coaster, and Mack are doing some fantastic new concept rides like Pulsar I'm going to be getting on, and the Big Dipper known as Lost Gravity. So I cannot wait to get on some of these new rides. I can't wait for the trip. There will be no show for the next 2 weeks because one day I'm out in Europe and the other day I'm travelling home. So I'm not filming on days where I can't film, and I don't know if I've got internet in my accommodation out there. That's it for news this week. Let's get into merchandise. Tweaking merchandise, I do have some of the mini resins. These are the cheaper resins because resins at some places have got very expensive. Like at Alton Towers, some of them are £9, but this was £4. This one from Alton Towers. It's the Wicker Man mini resin. I really do like this with the base, with the flame, with Wicker Man on it, and it's double-sided, so you can have the animal head side or the man head side, and you've got the holes in it where the ride does go through. It's an amazing resin. I went for this one because it's cheaper and it looks a lot nicer than the big one. The big one looks a lot like the model that they sell, I think it's 350 quid Wicker Man actually made out of wood model, which I would not be buying because that is a ridiculous amount of money for a huge statue, and I don't even know if I can actually get it into the house. And so I went for this one, and I didn't really like the big one. And the resin, I wouldn't buy a big wooden carved Wicker Man, but the big resin, I didn't really like it, and it was £9 and this was only £4, so I could have got a lot more as well. This one is the only resin White Castle do. This is one of my favourite resins, the White Castle mini resin. It's the castle, White Castle on there, and because I'm quite a fan of history and all that, this is amazing, and you can see where all the towers are, you can actually see the paths in there, and you can just look and point around the castle, and that's where the Princess Tower is, Time Tower, Dungeons is in there, and then look around where the Halloween attractions were, like the Doll's House, which was one of my most favourite scare mazes of Halloween. I really want to go back to White Castle for Halloween, as they have some fantastic attractions. I sadly didn't get to do Outbreak, which was the plague scare maze. It was meant to be even scarier than the Doll's House, but the Doll's House was still a fantastic attraction. That big finale on that was one of the best maze finales I've ever been in. That's it for merchandise this week. Let's get into Guess the Ride. Tweaking Guess the Ride, I will reveal last week's Guess the Ride. That was the family Vekoma Boomerang at Portland's Park. Velociraptor. Have not been on that ride. Really do want to get out to Portland's. Maybe next year, because my pass does run out next year, and I do want to do a lot more parks in the UK other than the main Merlin parks. This week's Guess the Ride is going to be a hard one because it's 2 weeks till the next show, and I want you to have time to figure out this one because we're away on our big Europe trip. This week's Guess the Ride is a roller coaster. It is by Intamin, and it's a mega coaster that opened in the year 2002, and the only clue I'm going to give you, it's not in the UK because we sadly don't have any Intamin mega coasters. I would love us to get an Intamin mega coaster, but we're probably not going to get one until a couple of years. That's it for Guess the Ride this week. Let's get into shout-outs. Speaking of shout-outs, let's get first straight into it with the Guess the Ride shout-outs. Obviously the ride was Velociraptor. First we have Warcop 90, well done. Theme Park Magic, well done. Coaster Course, well done. And Coaster Crazy, well done for getting that ride correct. Next we have the YouTube comments from Ben Lees, Nasher Vlogs, The Red Cane and Louis Cool Kids. Thank you for commenting. Next we have the visible new subscribers from Theme Park Plan, Alex Stevenson and The Red Cane. Thank you for subscribing. Just the visible ones because some people, I understand privacy and all that stuff. We are now on 193 subscribers, so since the last show we have passed the 190 subscriber mark, so hopefully before September we can hit 200 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Next we have the Twitter retweets and likes from Photo Theme Park UK, Theme Park Badger, Theme Park WT, Black Seat Blackout, Theme Park Vision Art, Theme Park Mania, Theme Park Guide, Lennon Grain, Dylan, Craig Toy, Digital Dan and Jake Smythe. Thank you for retweeting and liking on Twitter. That's it for this week's episode of the show. I will not see you next week. I will see you next in Europe, as the next show will be in 2 weeks' time. Can't believe we're on 193 subscribers, and I'll say it again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'd love to hit 200 subscribers. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, guess that ride, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. That's it for this week. Can't wait for Europe. I'll see you in my first vlog that will be from Wallaby, Belgium, and I'll see you there. Bye!